Hey everyone, good evening. Happy election day, everyone. Oh goodness. Oh, sorry. I'm just here to do a quick live action. All right. Oh my god, my stick is a mess. All right. Okay. We are back. We are back. We are back. Well, happy Tuesday. It is officially election 2025. And so far, uh, here on the West Coast, some of the polls have not closed yet. But what we have is good news from the West Coast or the East Coast. We just got word that Spamberger won. I do not like this lipstick on here. Oh. Um, Spamberger won over that crazy lady. This is really killing me, you guys. This lipstick. I try to fix it and it's just not fixing. Well, anyway, fuck my lips. So basically, what has happened is Abby Spamberger won, first female governor of Virginia over Winsome Earl, crazy lady. The I am speaking lady. So yeah, she was not on people's bingo card to win in the first place. So hold on one second, you guys. There we go. Hold on one second. All right, we are back. All right, let's just checking a few things. All right, we are back. So, yes, so Virginia has already been called. So, some of the most important races that we're paying attention to, there's New Jersey, and of course, the grand finale, New York. And here in Cali, we have our prop, I believe it's the proposition about redistricting, basically doing the same thing that Texas did with the Democrats. So I voted today for let me get the proper name of that ballot. Let's see, I should know. I think it's ballot Prop 50. Yes. Yes. Ballot Prop 50, which is basically um Prop 50 is basically we took a little bit from the Republican playbook by redistricting candidates for us to gain Democrats, that is, to gain more seats in the House. So we're playing the same playbook as what the Republicans are doing in Texas. just like they redistrict a lot of the places, excuse me, they redistrict a lot of the areas, and it's my dog, and Texas, which is affecting a lot of Black voters. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me say hi to some of you guys that are here. Hey, what's up? Long time no see. Oh, hey, Dana. Pro 50. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like, I should know. I just voted. Dana, how you doing? So I hope you guys were able to go and get out and vote in your state. If you have any propositions, any candidates, judges are very important to vote for, because we know with this regime, I'm not even going to call it administration, how dangerous times that we're at right now. So, meaning that I wanted to make sure that I voted, especially for Proposition 50. Yeah. Um, Hopefully there'll be some Trump tears. I hope there'll be rivers of orange oozing out tomorrow morning. I'm curious. Yes, I just mentioned that, Dana. Yeah, at Spamberger won. So the push, Obama came out to help campaign, and then also Mondani got a push by Obama's endorsement. You know, going back to the Mondani thing, it's so funny. This is another reason why my party pisses me the fuck off. The fact of the matter that you see, as a progressive, I don't even call myself a liberal, because progressive means to move forward, to make progress. Basically, we need to vote some of these Democrats out. Chuck Schumer, retire. Hakeem Jeffries, go lobby someplace. I already know who's going to be running for Nancy's seat, and he's our state senator, Scott Wiener, who I actually saw on Sunday. So he's actually a really good progressive. I've actually worked with him many times, and he always comes into the neighborhood. So shout out to Scott Wiener. That is our state senator here in Cali. But yes, so going back to Mondani, it took Hakeem Jeffries, about almost the last 2 weeks, I think he endorsed Mondani. But let's just call it what it is. Corporate Democrats are really trying to hold on to those corporations and that AIPAC money, which is very, very dangerous. Now, AIPAC they do donate to both Republicans and Democrats, but this is the problem. It is basically a way to control the narrative of what's going on in the Middle East, if you know what I'm talking about, with Israel and Palestine. And it's also ways to control and shut up politicians like Cori Bush out of St. Louis, who is one of my favorites, who is running again. Shout out to Cori Bush. Give her money. Because Missouri's my home state, and I still pay attention along with Illinois. But AIPAC, they're just evil. They're just evil. And the fact that even people within the Democratic Party, the politicians that is, don't realize that we are very, very unpopular. A lot of people know now about AIPAC and the funding. They know how corrupt, AIPAC is by primarying such great candidates like Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush, Nina Turner. And you notice these people, those three people, what do they all have in common besides being progressive and wanting to have a ceasefire with Palestine? What do they all have in common, y'all? Now, they do, don't get me wrong, after they do primary out those Black progressives, they put in corporate shills for those positions, such as like Cori Bush or Jamal Bowman. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that tonight will go very, very well for us because Lord knows we need it because with this is kind of, if anything, we already know about what the Republican, excuse my language, we already know about the Republicans. We already know they're destroying this country. They've been destroying it. Ain't nothing new. They just a lot of people are late to the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say hello. Hi, Sheila E. Thank you for coming, stopping through. Um, so what we need to do, because I've actually called myself an independent at this point, due to how angry I am with the Democratic Party, the establishment. We need to push those people out. We have an old aging party. Old. I already mentioned Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, but then we can go to Maine. Even Maine, they are trying to, for this Maine Senate seat, which is under Susan Collins, who's a Republican. The Democratic Party is putting all their money and energy into a 77-year-old woman. Mills is her last name. I believe she is currently the governor of Maine. Maine is a very interesting one. So keep a lookout for Maine coming up in 2026 because Maine's very controversial right now. So, but it's examples like that where the Democratic Party is still trying to pull these old, I don't even like to say old, but just the value system of what the Democratic Party was in the 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, or now we'll even say the the 2000s is not the same. It is not. The fact that you have some of these older Democrats who think, let me not just say older, the old thought that this is a way to win by pushing someone that is out of touch with what's going on with the party. It just pisses me off. And I think a lot of us are pissed off. I think that's why you have, what's her name, Karine Jean-Pierre, who was the White House spokesperson, who she also switched over to being independent. Um, I call myself an independent right now, but I obviously lean more on the Democratic side. I have never in my lifetime ever seen the fact that the Republican Party would ever meet my needs as a Black woman, Black middle class woman. Are you kidding me? No. So, yeah. Um, which I understand. I understand. I mean, I the only way for me to go is just be independent and it's my protest to let Democrats know you're losing us. So you can lose me too. So, I mean, does it hurt that they don't have that, they don't have people like ourselves with that D in front of them? Yes. But the way I vote means a lot more. Like I said, I'm more of a I vote obviously I vote more Democrat. But there's levels to this because the Democratic Party has a big umbrella. We know this. But now we're starting to find that in the GOP, or excuse me, should we even call it the GOP anymore? I think we should just call it the Adolf Party. You have so much infighting in the Adolf Party right now. I need to have the popcorn to eat and enjoy and laugh. But because the only thing in these hard times is to laugh through this pain that we're all suffering through. If you're even not on any kind of government assistance, try to donate to food drives, uh, cans, money. We're in the holiday season officially. It is so fucked up how ungodly and inhumane people are being toward these stereotypes about people on these social programs. The majority of people on these programs are working people. They have jobs. I mean, does anyone, I mean, I'm throwing Walmart as an example. The reason why Walmart will not raise their pay is because they benefit. Walmart benefits from a the customers being on EBT and that program, as well as their employees. When I mean, Walmart is worth billions and billions, but Walmart is also kicking themselves in the butt right now because they are about to lose millions and millions. And by the way, the Walton family, staunch Republicans, staunch, obviously, they are having the leopards eat their face moment. So if I can say this, I Christmas is not going to be on the table, y'all. The most out of Christmas you're probably going to get from me or probably in this household is dinner. There won't be any gifts. There won't be anything around the Christmas tree other than a lump of coal or a bag of rocks. But yes, thank you, Sheila, for that. And Sheila, yeah, you're in one of the states that has the highest, I believe they're one of the highest of social programs, people that get these social programs. And unfortunately, it's states like West Virginia, Texas, they cheat them. Texas cheats. My home state of Missouri, who tend to, Oklahoma is also one that takes a lot of social programs. Um, they tend to vote against their interests. So the fact of the matter is just like people need to be informed. There's so much misinformation that is going on. It's so sad. So sad. Yes, Karine Jean-Pierre's book. Thank you, Dana. She did just come out with a book that I believe that came out early this past summer. And I've seen a couple of interviews about with her. I haven't gotten the book yet, but I should probably get it. But yeah, let's see where we're at. Let me look where we're at right now. So the polls are about to close in New York. Right now, God, I hate this channel, but I'm watching it. I'm right now watching MSNBC. I'm watching one of my favorite YouTube channels, Reese Waters. If you guys don't know who he is, please check him out. He's a Black political comedy commentary channel, and he's so funny. I watch him almost every day. So he has it on MSNBC right now, so I'm watching it through him. So right now you have King Jeffries on. Let's see. Looking at turn this way. Too early to call in New Jersey. Mikey Sherrill is the Democratic Sherrill and Cattarelli. Bastard. So Mikey Sherrill, we're at 61.1% for Sherrill and 38.4% for Cattarelli. So it's still too early to call. And the polls, I don't think the polls haven't closed. I don't think in New Jersey, then they definitely have not closed in New York right now. So we already got Virginia. Shout out to Spamberger. Over Earl Sears. Oh And let me just go on a rant. Okay. Winsome. Winsome Earl Shears. I am speaking. I am speaking. Well, bitch, it don't look like you're speaking tonight. Looks like you lost. I don't know where they get these raccoons from. From last year, we had Mark Robinson, who was pro Jim Crow, and then also you had that was Mark Robinson running for governor in North Carolina. And some people need to be killed. And then you had Herschel Walker a couple years ago running for Senate, playing cop during the debate. I mean, and by the way, going back to Winsome uh, Earl Sears, fun fact: Trump didn't even endorse her. So it. Anyway, hi, K-Fed. Good to see you here, my dear. Hope you're doing well. And thank you, Sheila. They close at 9 in New York and Jersey. Thank you. Shout out to Sheila. Sheila E. giving me the rundown on what time these polls close. So I'm going to be up tonight paying attention because I have a feeling. Listen, I grew up in the age of the 2000s, okay? The first time I voted in 2000 was the first time my vote was stolen. And let me say something about that. You know who just died? Do y'all know who just died? You know who was basically the president during 2000 to 2008? I mean, he was actually the puppet master. Dick Cheney. Mm, mm, mm. Let me speak ill of the dead. I'm not going to say too much, but a couple of things in his legacy that Dick Cheney will be remembered for: war crimes and shooting his friend in the face. All right, we're done. Bye-bye, Dick. I hope it's hot down there. Ain't no water. Okay, moving on. That's that. I mentioned him not only because he died like yesterday, but the fact is this is the same kind of regime, but this one's worse. That the first time, as a first time voter, uh, being 18 at the time, that was the kind of stuff that we had to deal with. That man, a war criminal. Flash forward to now, you thought it couldn't get any worse. Oh, but it has. But oh yeah, evil. I think that man had about 4 or 5 heart attacks and still couldn't kill evil. But you know what? He ain't here no more. All right, so who's next? Let me stop. Yes, Sheila E. Abigail Spanberger won over that crazy lady. And let me go back to Earl Sears. What's up with some of these MAGA, Black MAGAs who cannot go to the hairdresser? I mean, it took Candace Owens several years to get her hair together. I'm being petty now. But if you've ever seen Winsome's Earl Sears, I'm speaking, girl, your head, your hair. You needed some gay people in your life with that hairdo. I mean, it wasn't even a do, it was a do not even a don't. It was do not come outside looking like this. Just anyway, she was very homophobic. She was very anti-Black. Just like I said, bitch ain't speaking anymore. All right. So right now we have Spamberger speaking right now. So okay, this kind of, I don't want to say this sets the mark for 2026, because living these past 10 years of how these elections go, they don't go like the way they used to. They used to be like, oh, when the Republican Senate, Congress, president comes in, the Democrats take over, and so on, so forth, so on. But since 2016, everything's been very unpredictable. So I'm not even going to say this sets the boundary, not boundary, but this basically sets us up for what's to come in 2026. I'm gonna bite my tongue on that. We've had many surprises before. Just like I see, you know, Mondani's up in the polls. We saw that Orange Mussolini endorse Cuomo. And Cuomo, same man that sexually harassed over 12 women, same man that let a bunch of elderly people die during COVID and he tried to hide it with the nursing homes. Mhm. The same man that is spewing out a bunch of xenophobic, racist things about Mondani. I mean, he's corrupt. Period. I'm not even talking about the corruption part. I'm just giving you guys that much on Cuomo. And the fact of the matter, again, you have people within the Democratic Party that still supports Cuomo. Like I'm thinking of um senator from the senator from the Kristen Gillibrand. That's what I'm thinking of. Some Democrats endorsing this man, especially about the sexual harassment, but also at the same time, these are the same people that ousted Al Franken for less because he took a picture like this. Franken was a great senator of Minnesota, and the fact that the Democratic Party turned on him only to have them endorse a sexual harasser like Cuomo says a lot. We talk about hypocrisy on that other side, which they're nothing but a bunch of hypocrites on the Republican side. But this is something that I don't hear people in the Democratic Party talk about, within the hypocrisy about how they ousted Al Franken, senator of Minnesota, only to endorse a sexual harasser 12 times over. Let's hope Cuomo doesn't win. I mean, his campaign was horrible. And I don't know if, if anyone watches, like, I think it was a Hot 97, Ebro in the morning. Please check it out. They were interviewing Cuomo. He was, the last of their pushes before election day. Ebro was basically asking him about, like, your what's up with this Trump endorsement. Cuomo, oh, I didn't get endorsed by Trump. Ebro follows back like, well, he stated on TV, and they played the clip of Trump endorsing Cuomo, and then after that, you hear the click. Cuomo hung up. How you gonna lie and say that Trump didn't endorse you? And he endorsed you the night before, talked about you on 60 Minutes, endorsed you. I mean, it's on social media, fool. So Cuomo is Yeah, probably his father, Sheila E., but Andrew ain't Mario. Cuomo has gotten. Oh, I'm not saying that he didn't, Sheila E., no doubt. But I just know Andrew has been a POS. And I want to say his true colors really started to show during, I want to say, 2020, where it started to really see what was going on and all the corruption. COVID really, I think, opened a lot of people's eyes to Andrew. So, not going to dig on his father because I know he was governor of New York, and they're a whole dynasty. The Cuomo's are like a dynasty, just like is this. I mean, good looking family, but shithead sons. Yeah, you can like Andrew. That's yeah, yeah. I don't yeah. I have to beg to differ, but this is what democracy is about, and this is what's going to be taken away if we don't vote the correct way. So yeah, I for me, I think we just need a clean sweep. Both parties need to change. But again, I am enjoying watching the GOP infighting. Let them fight. Let them eat each other up. I was talking to a friend, and I was saying to them, what the GOP is doing, this is all by design, baby. This goes back, I mean, in modern history, this goes back to the Southern strategy and Barry Goldwater, 1964 election, hence the whole switch of the parties with the Southern Democrats becoming Republicans and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's been a buildup. I mean, Barry Goldwater, 1964. Luckily, he lost. And then we got Nixon in 68 to he resigned in 74, war on drugs. And then we'll flash forward to 1980 with Reagan. And that is when you got more of the evangelicals coming in and like in the Heritage Foundation. We got uh, H. H.W. Bush. We got, I'm going to throw Clinton with the crime bill, though, a lot of us did, the Clinton years did not suck, especially if you were in college. Look, I mean, I was in high school, but I wanted to be in college during the Clinton years because, baby, it was a lot easier going to college in the 90s in contrast to when I went to college under the George W. Bush, Dick Cheney era. That's why my generation of early millennials and then also some late Gen Xers are still in debt, still can't buy a house, still can't purchase cars and a lot of and property. So I mean, we're still trying to catch up from what's happened in 2008, and that was about what, 17 years ago, 16, 17 years ago. So yeah. Hi, YTC. Yes. Thank you, Dana. I agree. That's when I really started to see who Cuomo was really about during COVID. Yeah, because the thing, I think we were all fooled by Cuomo. Um, because he was taking a stand during the early days of COVID and shutting things down, and that was even controversial. But then you get into late, like later on during COVID, and hearing about all these nursing home deaths of elderly people and them trying to sweep it under the rug. Ugh. And then the sexual harassment, and then the other corruption. Yeah, he is. I will say that he is using Andrew. I will agree, but there's something murky in them waters. And I don't, I'm not a New Yorker. I have family there. I pay attention. I've never lived in New York, never been a New York voter. Um, but there is something fishy. Just like I would think here, where I live, we were supposed to get the National Guard last week. I live in basically the tech capital of the world, only for our mayor and some of those tech CEOs to have a meeting with the Trump administration and not having the National Guard come, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. But there's also, again, there's some back there's some backroom deals going on that we don't know about. And that's the scary part of not knowing what's this pay to play. Um, what is what's really going on? Who'd you sacrifice? And yes, I do remember you saying that you are from New York, Sheila E. So, I mean, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and say that Cuomo probably didn't do any good, or not even his, or not, or diss his daddy. But I'm just seeing from 2020 on what Cuomo has done has been vile, very vile. And he still does have, hi, Sincere, he still does have an older Black population that do who do support Cuomo, but I think they support him because they're familiar with the Cuomo dynasty, the name. The name means everything, just how like a lot of people in 2000 and 2004 voted for W. Um, and especially in 2004, because a lot of people weren't familiar with John Kerry. Who's John Kerry? No one knew that he was a senator from Massachusetts from how long? People voted also name recognition on top of looking for the weapons of mass destruction. We found no weapons whatsoever. I'm glad you guys came through. Yeah, this is just a little commentary, keeping the election watch here tonight. So it is 5:52 my time. So our polls here do not close for another 2 hours and 8 minutes. And then Jersey and New York is going to be closing in the next 8 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 3 hours. And Dana. This right here. Oh, his brother. Now that to me is a big disappointment because I liked his brother with his fine ass. Yeah, it's so sad. I'm wondering if his father would be disappointed with with his sons right now, honestly. Because his son right now is on News Nation, which don't watch that network, y'all. I saw something on, they were doing that whole stereotype about EBTs, and again that stigma about mostly Black single mothers being on EBT. They did a whole segment, and one of the anchors on there said something about the majority of the people that are on EBT, code words, are usually buying weaves and something else. We knew what he was talking about. Yeah, I don't even pay attention to his brother anymore. I don't know why I keep blanking on his name. Please help me out. I haven't even smoked weed yet, and I'm forget. Oh no! Oh look who gets to be blocked. Look at this racist piece of shit on my channel. I thought you've overdosed by now. I had you blocked, but let me ban you and hopefully you can. Uh-oh. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I banned the wrong person. Oh shoot, not observant stuff. I'm sorry. Oh no, I meant to ban you, not. Oh, how do I unban? Uh-oh, let me unban. Hold on. I'm so sorry, observing stuff. I have to unban you. Shoot. Let me see how to unban. One second. Oh, I'm so sorry, observing stuff. I did not mean to ban you. I will unban you. I just got to figure that out. I am so sorry. That dickhead, Roy. I banned that son of a bitch from my chat about 2, 3 years ago, only for him to troll his nasty, dirty, broke, dusty, high crackhead ass be in my chat. Get your raggedy ass out of here. Made me absolutely ban you. Hold on. Let me. I've never accidentally banned someone before. I will figure this out. Uh, I will figure this out. I will figure this out observing stuff. I'm so sorry again. That raggedy dead man walking. Stand you. Thank you, Sheila. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Fit. Let's go back to. Hold on. K-Fit is giving some news. Hold on. All right, K-Fit. Come on now. Stop all this talking. Let me go back to Roland Martin. He's another guy I watch. Come on, Mikey, Cheryl. I'm noticing this too, K-Fit. Is it the pussy that's saving the country again? After everybody wanted to grab him? Power of the pussy. All right. I am waiting. I believe you, K-Fit. I'm just waiting to hear. I hope she wins too. I'm still trying to figure out how to unban. Unblock on StreamYard. Let's see. People tab. Okay, I'm in the people tab. Let's see. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Damn. I will figure this out. I feel really bad. I cannot believe I accidentally blocked observant stuff. Observant stuff's my like that person. Oh, here it is, people tab. Okay. I'm in the people tab. Fool. Observing stuff. I don't know if you have another account. Oh man, I'm such a schmuck. And we all grabbing back, Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. What are we getting? What are we getting? Come on now. I need to know who won. Let me see. Oh, Lordy. All right. Roland Martin's still talking. Reese Waters is still talking. Midas Touch has Abby Spanberger talking. All right, let me just go to New Jersey. I like it. K-Fit is on it. I said New Jersey, fool. K-Fit? She right. Mikey Sherrill wins New Jersey's governor's race. Woo-cha. Yep. We'll go to New Jersey. They're still saying it's too early to call, but Mikey Sherrill is at 58.9 and Jack Cavarelli is at 40.6%. So she's kicking ass. I mean, that is an 18-point lead. Do you think he'll catch up? That Jack Citarelli guy, horrible candidate. Pro-segregationist, y'all. All about defunding public schools, separating them. Blacks be here, whites be there. I'm paraphrasing. But yep. Governor Mikey Sherrill. And I will say this much. Abby Spanberger, I'm glad she won, but she is a milquetoast candidate. So, but with that being said, this gives us hope to possibly in the near future get more progressive, aggressive candidates. But again, I'm still happy that she won over spanking lady. So let's see. I'm trying to hear any news.
Talk about the House of Delegates. We obviously know.
All right.
The big races that everybody's talking about.
I'm looking and listening to the Midas Touch right now. So.
She wins Attorney General Jay Jones. Democrat wins that. Big races there. But then in the House of Delegates, we've seen some major flips as well. 3 flips so far. More are coming in. Virginia House Delegate seat 57, 22, and 82, all flipping thus far. And we're focused on a lot of these seats as well. To see, you mentioned Speaker Scott, that you were fortunate enough to have.
Virginia State House flipped.
Incredible. He made me laugh. It inspired me. What an incredible person. And I want to get your final message to the Midas Mighty. It's incredible. Do you believe Central Jersey is a place or not? Well,
okay, this is Jersey.
Monmouth County is the capital of Central Jersey. About half the vote is in. And again, most of this is early same day, but to give you a sense of the scale of the challenge for Citarelli, he leads by about 3 points. He wants to win this county by 20. He won this county by 19 points 4 years ago, and it was a near miss.
Shauna's on the ground in Ohio. She knows.
Absolutely romp
in the same day vote. Those are the kinds of margins Democrats have amassed in that.
We look at Mikey.
Hudson County, we do have some same day here. It started with this one.
He likes it.
This one was really large Hispanic.
I hope you guys can hear that.
Donald Trump did extremely and surprisingly well for a Republican in Hudson last year.
Disgusting.
Could Citarelli tap into those gains Trump made with Hispanic voters? And again, the same day vote that's coming in here, it's a little bit better, a little bit less bad for Citarelli than that initial batch of early vote and mail vote was. But again, this is what Trump was able to pull off in Hudson County.
By the way, regarding Virginia, because NBC is saying it's too early to call, but CNN has Mamdani at 51% to Cuomo's 39%. Sliwa's got 8%. And shout out to them for keeping Adams on the ballot. I know he dropped out, but I just love seeing him there in purple and with the 0.2%. Solid to y'all for that. Is that's what I call the Winsome Earl Sears treatment. That's the treatment they gave Winsome Sears when they got her name wrong. That's that Winsome Seal Earl right there. That's what that is.
All right. I'm going to check Georgia right now. Thank you, K-Fit. K-Fit giving me all the info right now. I like this. Hold on. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. Paste. See who wants to come up. All right, let me check Georgia. Getting word that some seats flipped in Georgia. All right. Let's see what we got. These freaking ads. Shh. Ooh, this is awesome. This is positive. And I think this is why these seats flipped in Georgia as well. Over 900,000 people turned out on election day in Metro Atlanta. That's basically 1 million people in an off season, or not off season, but basically, yeah, off season election. Because most of the time people tend to pay more attention to either Congress or Senate election or presidential. But this is good. This is really good. Let's see. Results for the city. Let's see. I really wish. Okay, so here's what we got so far. I believe this is DeKalb County for Public Service Commission, District 2. Alicia Johnson beat Republican incumbent Tim Echols. She won 57.81% to his 52.19%. Damn. Public Service Commission District 3. It looks like Peter Hubbard, Democrat, with 57.96%, won over Fritz Johnson, who is the incumbent, over 42.04%. You know what? I'm seeing these numbers are pretty big. It's not like a 5 or 3 point off election. These are like double digits. Let's see. Decatur. It's not giving me who. Still Mountain City. Mm. That's a little bit from Georgia. Oh, right. 900,000 people in the Atlanta metro area. Shout out to all those people who were doing outreach and getting people out to vote. You know, salute, salute, because that ain't easy, especially in a off election season like this. The Orange Mussolini better be scared. You best be scared, boy. All of them. All of them. Let's see what else we have. All right. Mm, all right. I'm looking at it's my other favorite news channel, Zito. This is Mehdi Hassan's channel on YouTube that I watch, who was fired from MSNBC for doing the right thing. Just like I watch Don Lemon now, who can be himself. See, let me go back to Roland Martin. Let's see what they talking about. Okay, they still talking. All right, y'all. Ooh. Yep, sincere. Abigail Spanberger won. So I'm not going to be here all night to see if Proposition 50 won here in California, because that's going to be late. I think, yeah, she won. You're correct. I'm hoping people did turn out to vote here in Cali. I certainly did vote yes on Proposition 50 about I kept saying gerrymander. I didn't mean to say gerrymander earlier. I mean redrawing of districts, doing the same thing that what Texas did to the Democratic Party, and especially in a lot of mostly in the Black and brown communities in Texas, where they did the redrawing of the districts. So our governor, who I'm not 100% a fan of, but I got to give credit where credit is due. He's been on his troll game. And the fact that he saw what Texas was doing, he flipped it and it's like, you know what? We're a big state too. We can take you out as well. So that way we can gain 5 seats in the House. Okay. So I gotta give Newsom, I gotta give him his props, man. Gotta give him his props, even though I don't like you. Credit where credit is due. Okay. All right. Okay. Decision desk projects, Christian McAfee to advance to the runoff the House of Special Election of Texas. Ooh, thank you, K-Fit. Thank you, K-Fit. See, now I'm going to be checking after I get off here, which is going to be soon because I got to finish making dinner. I'm going to do some of my homework. K-Fit has been helping me out, girl. That special election in Texas 18th Congressional District. I know, that's right. I think there's also a special election. I think I need to be watching. It might be North or South Carolina. Again, once I'm offline, let me do my homework. Let me see if anything's going on in my home state of misery. Probably nothing. I don't think there's any election stuff going on then. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Now I got to go back to the Lou, St. Louis, y'all. Let's see what was on there. Oh, can't believe I wasn't paying attention. Bell Fountain Neighbors. All right. Residents will decide whether to approve an additional 3% sales tax. Bellfountain Neighbors is where I grew up. Will improve whether to approve an additional 3% sales tax on retail marijuana sales. Clayton voters, that's another suburb in St. Louis, will consider changing the name of the Board of Aldermen to the City Council. Okay, whatever. Adopting gender-neutral language, simplifying administrative and procedural provisions, and clarifying term limits. Meanwhile, okay, this area where I'm about to discuss, North County, especially Vanita Park, very important. Meanwhile, voters in Creve Coeur, which is a well-to-do upper middle class, and Ladue, which is where a lot of the wealthy people, that's where Bob Costas lives in Ladue. And Vanita Park, place I got pulled over, will vote on the local tax proposals, and those in Melville and Rockwood school districts will decide on school levy questions. Okay, so that is St. Louis. Let's look at Missouri in general. Since I got to go back home for Thanksgiving, I'll have something to talk about. That's Secretary of State. Oh. Okay, let's see. Polls. This is Kansas City, Missouri. I really wish they would. Who? Commissioner. So they're voting for government commissioner in districts 5, 8, 1. Kansas sheriff. It doesn't tell me who is who and what is what. Baldwin City. DeSoto. I know where that is. Egerton, Edwardsville. Shriver and Everhart. I think Shriver might be a Democrat. Let's see. Lansing City, Lawrence City, Leavenworth. They are not giving me who is a D, who's an R, and who is an I. Lenexa, that's Kansas. Lenexa, Muriel, Mission. Missouri, y'all need to do better about you're communicating on who and what party they're from. This is how Missouri can be, or try to be slick. Olathe, Kansas, Ottawa, Overland Park, that's Kansas. So this is mostly where I'm reading. It's Kansas, Missouri. We're in Kansas City area when I say Overland Park and Olathe and Lenexa. So that's Kansas, Missouri border, Kansas City, the Kansas City area. Prairie Village is Missouri. I am looking, what you, a D, an I, or an R? It's not telling me anything. Yeah, y'all gotta do better. All right. Go to my other home state of, shout out to Illinois. I don't think anything's going on in Illinois right now. I think DuPage County. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing going on in Illinois right now. Not till next year. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I just checked on my 2 home states, Missouri and Illinois. Missouri, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but y'all want to have a 3% tax raise on marijuana. At least we have marijuana there. Illinois has nothing going on. Grove J. Jones wins after the skin will be gapped. Right. We have to retain 3 states. Oh, right. Shout out to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania knew they fucked up last year by going for Trump, and now look. Oh, and they also, well, let me not say they, because I also cheered for Fetterman. That was another Pennsylvania mistake. So, yeah. But shout out to Pennsylvania. All right, Westmore. I like him. He cute too. He foxy. Woof. Yep. Listen, if the GOP doesn't want to play fair, you have states like New York, Minnesota, Washington State, Oregon, Cali, Colorado, Maryland, Pennsylvania. You're giving me a little bit of hope, and Michigan. I need y'all to come through too next year. My home state of Missouri, forget about it. I would like for Missouri to go back to being a purple state like it was when I was a kid growing up. I voted for the dead guy, not Ashcroft. That was the last time my home state was cool, and that was in the early 2000s. But I can see states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, flipping back to blue. And here's another prediction. Part of me can also see, this is a big prediction, but it can happen. I can see Ohio, possibly, Florida, especially, I know still a heavy Cubano political influence right now, but with ICE coming after all that demographic, I mean, let's not forget the governor's race was that 2022 or no, that was 2018, wasn't it? With Andrew Gillum. Oh my God, was that long ago? It was definitely before COVID. Oof, God, time flies. Gilliam and DeSatan, that was a really close election. Gilliam had it almost by, I believe, 2-point margin. So, and then everything that's going on right now in Florida with taxes, people leaving, people being human trafficked, abducted. People are pissed off in a lot of these states. And I can also see my wet dream would be North Carolina to go blue again. Would be Georgia, please stay blue, go back. But Texas could have been blue already, but they redistrict the fuck out of Texas. They just cheat. Somebody needs to roll that piece of shit governor into the Rio Grande. I said it. What we got? Oh, child. Let's go back to those results, y'all. Hold on. All right, let's.
What do you make of the storytelling in New York right now? Could you make
That's nationally? If you're going to do anything from New York City, maybe.
All right.
Change candidate if you're a Democrat in one of these races.
Life must be moving pretty slow for you.
I've been saying it all night, and I think it's important to remember New York City is very specific. There's a lot of nuance that is very New York City specific that may not be extrapolatable, if you will, to other places.
Back to listen to Reese Waters.
Was on with us just a couple of minutes ago, Kristen. So that's a dynamic at play here. But I do think those two nuggets are pretty interesting from the exits today.
Shout out to New York City, y'all.
It's been such a big
New York
every
City,
election that we've covered practically for the past
2 million votes. This is the largest mayoral campaign and people to come out to vote since 1969. That's 56 years ago, y'all. Okay.
Chitterelli needs to have this huge same day. So we're getting close.
Chitterelli is losing.
In some counties, and I want to show you Monmouth County. We just said a few minutes ago, this is a big county, and this should be a core Republican county. Now, 90% of the vote is in. Jack Chitterelli is going to win Monmouth County. Yeah, he didn't.
Okay, and we do have NBC News can project now that Mikey Sherrill is of New Jersey. Mikey Sherrill, who ran
Hey, yo, Mikey.
affordability of the economy, promising to lower property taxes against Jack Chitterelli. This is his third time
Look at all these white women winning. You go, white women. We still mad at you, but y'all go.
I knew Mikey.
Mikey, he really likes it.
Yeah, look, I mean, Democrats that were excited about how they did in the early voting, and
That's a lot of blue, Jersey.
The same day is
That's
just
a lot of blue, the majority of the state.
This up a minute ago, but at 9 points, Republicans want this to be a 20-point county, maybe even more than a 20-point county. So Cheryl's certainly doing well relative for how you'd expect Democrats to do here. We just
I hope y'all can hear this.
Waiting a bit on. But she is overperforming everywhere that we've got results. Gloucester County, this is another one. We set this one up a little while ago. Cheryl continues to lead in Gloucester County. Now, more than 80% of the vote is in Gloucester County. This was where we had, we said in 2021, there was a red wave in New Jersey and it started in Gloucester County. Chitterelli won it by double digits. He may not even get to 500. He may not even win it tonight. So again, Cheryl outperforming Democrats, how Phil Murphy had done in 2021 there. So we're just seeing this throughout New Jersey. It's adding up not just to a Cheryl win, it's adding up to what looks like to be a very solid Cheryl win here on top of what we saw. Cheryl! Spanberger there.
Cheryl?
I wanted to go over to New York City because again, this is where things are really, if I'm a little discombobulated, it's because I'm trying to juggle what's happening here.
You good? You good?
Got the early vote in New York City, and that took us to just under 40%. This is same day vote that's come in since then. It's taken it up to 60% of the vote. Now, remember, Cuomo trailed by about 12 points in that early vote. You can see that margin has come down. It's down to 8 points here. So we said Cuomo needs to have a big same when they count up the vote that was cast today, which is what they're doing right now, which is what most of this remaining.
Let me know if you guys can hear this. I hope you guys can.
Been jumping around, but we're keeping a close eye on it. Right before I came on, the most recent number we had was Cuomo was winning the same day vote, 46 to 45%. Now, if he's going to actually catch Mamdani, it's got to be a bigger spread than that. It's probably got to be about an 8-10 point spread for Cuomo.
Mhm.
So he's not currently trending at the level he needs to. He'd have to pick that up, but it is enough here for him to pull us within 8 points. That's 60%. And again, Sliwa, we talked about those voters kind of abandoning him for Cuomo. Clearly, that is something that happened here in New York City.
Okay, well, it's getting more dynamic in New York City. Steve, stand by. We're going to check back in with you in just a moment. I do want to head out to Stephanie Goss.
Thank you,
She is
Dana.
At Mikey Sherrill's headquarters.
All right.
Staff the celebration.
Ooh, I bet you who ain't going to be sleeping tonight. Bastard. This is what I'm talking about. This is what democracy looks like. And people are mad. Mad. Again, I'm still taken aback about the Atlanta metro area of 900. Let's just round that bad boy to 1 million people who went out to vote. Whew. And this is why the Supreme Court, listen, for the next Democrat who comes into that trailer park that is called the White House right now, I need y'all to add some bodies into that Supreme Court. Or Clarence Uncle Thomas, you gotta go. Alito, you gotta go. We got to pack the courts. There's no, because the Supreme Court, this is the problem. If we had an even number of of Democrats or independents, because there are independents who run. Let's not forget about them. Things would be a little bit different if we had the Supreme Court or an even playing field in the Supreme Court. Because with this Supreme Court regime, they gave this administration, this regime, a go ahead to do whatever they want. The president has immunity to drop bombs everywhere, the immunity to tear down a wing of the White House, immunity to bring these Proud Boys, these Nazi Gestapo people rounding us up and kidnapping us, because it's kidnapping. I also need Democrats, when we come into office, I also need y'all to prosecute these people like a motherfucker. Starting off, Stephen Miller, you're going to jail. Second, puppy killer, Kristi Noem, you're going to jail. Bridget, this is one of my good Judies, y'all. Bridget. I dropped the link. Hi, newbie. Yeah, don't be no punks. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be no punks, because the Democratic Party has a bunch of punks. We need fresh new blood, new ideas. I have a feeling, I think now we can really talk about universal health care, seeing as today is the first day of signing up for new policies, which is, yeah, these premiums are ridiculous. But I think now we can talk about universal health care. Hell, I'm gonna even throw in reparations on there. I hope we get in our lifetime. But first things first, let's start with some free health care. And then I want my reparations. Yep. I think people are starting to realize, and I also feel people, especially a lot of younger college age voters, did not vote due to the conflict with Israel and Palestine. I know that's why a lot of young college voters did not want to come out to vote. Shame. But I also have to blame the Democratic Party for being just completely messy. Throwing Kamala in June, July, after that horrible performance by Biden. They knew Biden was going to be too old. Here's the thing. Uh-oh, we got election alert. Hold on.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
What?
Oh.
And like Miss K Fit was saying,
Oh.
NBC News projects Mamdani wins the New York City's mayoral race. Let's go. Hell yeah. That man did a really good campaign, though. Damn, y'all still talking? Come on, Roland Martin. Oh, right. Shout out to New York City, baby. Off topic, I pay big money.
Oh, thank you for telling me no sound all the way up top. I appreciate you.
Yubi, these records are my pride and joy. I built this collection from not just my records I've had as a kid, but I took my mama's, I took my grandparents. My aunt left like crates of her records. And I remember as a kid saying to her, Aunt Joe, one day I'm going to get your records. So she's like, I bet you not. Right before I moved to California, she left her records in my basement. And I'm like, looks like they're going to be mine. So, yeah, this is, oh, and I have all my cousin's Prince collection, including the B-sides, baby. So, yeah, listen, if there was I don't even want to say this. Let me just say this, how some people love their jewelry and their furs. These records are my jewelry and my furs. But thank you, newbie. Yep. No more flowers for spring dims. New shit. I know that's right. I know that's right. Now, I think tomorrow morning I am going to hate watch MSNBC because I want to see what some of these corporate Democrats are going to say about Mondani's win. I think the reason why a lot of us have been, Cuomo 41.6%, Silwa 7.6%, and Mondani 48.7. That's almost a double digit. That's 7 points ahead. Like these numbers are no joke. Like I was saying earlier, these are not close calls. These are 7 to like 10, 12, 18 points. Wow. Okay, Democratic Party, what you gonna do now? We just set a new standard of what people want, the kind of change that a lot of us want for the Democratic Party, and especially for some of us to come back. This is progress. I'm tired of people saying that, oh, there's not enough money to have universal health care, but there's enough money to send to Argentina. There's enough money to fund the military industrial complex. There's enough money to give to billionaires like Elon Musk for these contracts like SpaceX. There's enough money to build a fucking ballroom. And no, it's not privately funded. We're paying for that. There's enough money to give Dog Killer Gnome jets, two jets. So when you hear people in either party say there's not enough money, they're lying to you. They're lying. People have to realize the reason why corporations, pharmaceutical companies, they're big, heavy donors. These insurance companies. Insurance here in this country is nothing but theft. We pay into it only to bankrupt us. And we have insurance, full coverage, but there's always something in little tiny fine print at the bottom that throws you off your game. So that day is over. There's not enough money to provide universal health care. You don't believe that. Don't believe the hype. Don't listen to that shit. This is why it's so important to, right, K-Fit, take note. Take note. It is, again, this is kind of preparing us for 2026 and also preparing for 2028. It's not about vote blue no matter who. Fuck that. I never believed in that when people started saying that slogan anyway. Vote blue and do your research. Because there have been some terrible Democrats. Terrible. Terrible. But, I would like to see a lot more independent. So, people forget about independent candidates. I wonder, there's not too many. I mean, Bernie Sanders, we know him as independent, and what's his name? Angus out of Maine. He's a senator. Angus something. He's the only two independent senators I know that are in Congress right now. But yep. New standard, like Kay Fitz said. So Democrats, if y'all want to win, new ball game, dude. Y'all got to say bye-bye to AIPAC. They're poison. Everybody knows. People in the hood know about AIPAC, in the suburbs, in the cardboard boxes, people living in their cars, their RVs, hotels, motels, Holiday Inns. People know who AIPAC is. It's not a secret anymore. The dirty little secret has finally been outed. So people follow the money. Follow who these people, who their donors are, because that says a lot. And that's on either side, My thing is, what is the Orange Mussolini regime going to try to pull after Mondani's win? You've had these gross, vile people from that administration and MAGA nuts coming out to say that they're going to try to deport him. How about you deport Barron Trump then? That's an anchor baby. Melania. How about her family? That's an idea. And the thing is, I have a feeling that they're going to try to pull some ish. I'm just waiting to see. I hope they don't. Even with just, Attorney General Jay Jones won in Virginia. Right on. Thank you for coming, Dana. Appreciate you. Sleep well. I think some of us are going to be sleeping well, with the exception of people who are living in the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and his flunkies. Yeah, this is good. I'm feeling good, but I'm still cautious. Optimistic, but cautious. I'm not going to get cocky. Let's not get cocky, folks, because the Adolf party, they're going to try to pull some shit. So I just want y'all to be cautious. Watch out for any propaganda. Read, check your sources. Our lives have become one big book report. Check your sources always. Because I even notice some of us in the Black community have been reading certain things that have been published on social media, or the neighborhood talk will pull something from a white say white wing right wing platform, and then post it on their platform, which check the source. And by the way, that's not even journalism. That's just being lazy. Don't just repost something that you got from uh from the Wall Street Journal, or the Daily Mail. They're pretty shitty. Or Fox News, the biggest propaganda. Newsmax is OAN. That's another one. Oh, and the Breitbart. Does Breitbart even still exist? I think it's still around. Yeah. Be cautious. And even there's little smaller propaganda channels and outlets that will post these propagandas to black outlets. So these are the key groups who voted for Mamdani. Let me go back to that. Hold on one second. And we're not going to be surprised by who the key demographics are who voted for Mamdani. You have people under 30, 55% renters, which is the majority of New York. People who live in New York City are renters. That was 55%, because New York, I was just there in May. Shit's hot. And I was staying on the Jersey side. Edgewater, beautiful. Took the ferry into the city, $12 ferry. It was $24. Because this was during the New Jersey strike, because all the public trans on the Jersey side stopped. Let's see, the important issues was the cost of living in New York City, healthcare, crime. So yeah, cost of living. Fuck yeah, shit was high. I mean, I live in an expensive city, but New York, I can at least get a ferry here, and it's $7 in contrast to $12. That $5 makes a big difference. Yeah. But okay, you guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming, observing stuff. I have to unblock you. Oh my God. Let me figure that out. I'm going to end this live. I want to thank you guys for coming, spending election night with me, biting nails, having a little bit of hope. K-Fit, thank you for giving me some of the results and some of the things that was going on. My girl Bridget, showing your face. Have a good night, K-Fit. Dana, thank you for coming through. Newbie, I appreciate you coming through. Bridget, I'll talk to you this weekend, girl, so we can talk our shit. I want to also thank Observing Stuff. Thank you for coming in. Sincere, muchas gracias. Who else was here earlier? Sheila E., thank you for coming through. YouTube cameras, appreciate you. Who else? Observing Stuff again. So God, let me hurry up and unblock you. Roy, fuck you. Don't ever come to my channel again. I hope you. James, thank you for coming through. And then Chakra King, thank you for coming through. This was great, you guys. Good turnout. Great night. Let me check on dinner. And I will see you in these YouTube streets, y'all. Bye. Have a good night. Au revoir. I forgot to do my song. Souvent, farewell, I'll meet you in the end. Souvent, farewell, I'll get you in the end. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the Cash App. That's my Cash App. Hit the like and subscribe. Hit my Cash App and vote next year. Bye, you guys. See you in the streets. Booyah.